CTE Pro 1 Truth Series, Video 28, Cycling Part 2. Please, as a prerequisite to this video, view Truth Series, Video 26, Part 1, where the setups are like this for two mirrored 15 outsides. Today I'm pulling the cue ball back to the intersection, one diamond away from the head spot for shooting two mirrored 30 insides. I'm going to be using finesse strokes for all these shots. Now, one way to shoot a finesse stroke is by using a strike, by using a pendulum stroke. Short backswing, short follow through, cradle cue. Please don't emulate what I do with my grip hand, because I have specific reasons as to why I do that. I have a tremor in my right hand, wrist, arm to a degree, so I've learned how to deal with it to a degree. And but there's lots of advantages that I have learned that exist for me as a player for curling my wrist. But I wouldn't advise anybody to start down that road unless you really know what you're getting into. I would suggest that you do the standard textbook grip, whereby when you hold the cue, the angle of your grip is such that when you open your hand, your fingers point straight to the table in that case, or the floor. So we're going to do Pro 1. This is a left visual sweep, 30-degree perception. My head is angled here. So I'm just going to sweep right into this shot. My head is going to unangle, and then I've got a cradle cue, and I'm just going to shoot a finesse stroke. Now, a finesse stroke is really all about speed. Yeah, short backswing, short follow through. But the speed between the cue ball and the object ball should not add up any more than what would be, or what would occur for a lag speed. Ideally, it should be a little bit less than what should occur or would occur for a lag speed. Now, for the cut to the right, 30-degree perception, using the right edge of the cue ball, I'm going to do a right visual sweep. My nose is slightly angled to the right. I'm going to do a right visual sweep. My head is going to unangle. I have a cradle grip. Very short backswing. Just a soft little strike of the ball. Let's take a look at basic CTE. My head's going to be angled at ball address for this 30 inside. I'm going to go in on the sight line with my tip, approximately a half tip to the inside. I'm going to step the cue ball. There's the perfect perception. I step, and then I turn to the step center. Now I'm ready for my finesse stroke. Now for the right cut, inside 30. My head angles to the right. I'm going to go down on the inside of the sight line. My eyes will lead me to a bridge deep placement of just inside the sight line. I step the cue ball, tweak my bridge D to be on that extended missile line that goes backwards. Now when I turn, there's the perfect position for my overcut alignment. Now for disguise fitting. It's essentially just like basic CTE, except that I can step the cue ball while I'm standing, or I can step it when I'm in full stance, or I can do it standing and during full stance. There's my 30-degree perception. So I fall into the shot, my head's going to angle a little bit more to the left. For this shot, the right cut, disguise pivot, head's angled to the right, 30-degree perception. As I fall into the shot, essentially I'm doing a physical sweep, not a visual sweep. My eyes seek to go straight in on the perfect perception as driven by the sight line. So by locking in on the sight line, my eyes can lead my bridge beat to be just inside the sight line, so that when I step the cue ball, my physical intelligence can follow my visual intelligence by placing my V just to the inside of that line to be on the line that extends backwards for the missile. So, 30-degree perception, inside disguised pivot for this 30 inside. So my head's poked right. Just going to be a little finesse stroke. Work on these shots. Work on Pro 1 for each shot. Work on basic CTE for each shot. Work on disguise pivoting for each shot. I promise you that if you've worked on video 26 for 21 days, and then proceed to work on this video for 21 days, you're going to notice some big time improvement in your game. One of the major ways that we have for learning is by the simple act of repetition. But repetition works best when you're doing things correctly. Strive to do Pro 1, basic CTE, and disguised pivoting as correctly as possible. And those directions can be found earlier in this Truth series. They can be found in my book. Today I associated all these shots to be executed with just a little finesse stroke. I'm going to start building a little bit more physical into the game, into my demonstrations, because pool is visual. And yes, I work with visual, the CTE end of things, whereby you work with centered edge aiming. Centered edge aiming is a 100% visual system. But pool is also 100% physical. So, I don't want to just ignore the physical, so we're going to build a little bit of physical in with the visual work that I do. Get your visual skills right, get your physical skills right, and watch your mental skills skyrocket. See you in video 29. Thank you for your attention, and see you in a bit.